We're going to hop out for just a moment because I want to bring in Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin from the state of Wisconsin. She serves on the Senate Health Committee, a key committee that had to advance the nomination of Secretary Kennedy before he was confirmed as secretary. Thank you so much for taking the time with us. Senator, we've been listening in, and we've now heard at least two Republican senators talking about their deep concerns with what's happening right now with HHS Secretary Kennedy at the helm of that agency, from everything that's happened at the CDC, the recent firings, to the questions that he has posed around vaccines, despite the evidence that show vaccines are safe and effective. We heard Senator Cassidy say we are effectively preventing people from getting vaccines. Senator Barrasso saying I've grown deeply concerned and we can't allow public health to be undermined. These are people who confirmed Secretary Kennedy knowing his vaccine skepticism from the beginning. What do you make of what we're hearing?
Yeah, these are two physician members of the United States Senate raising these questions. They were given assurances and promises and commitments from RFK Jr. Before they voted to confirm him. And I think they are seeing that those assurances, those promises have been broken. I've had that experience when he has been under cross-examination before the Health Committee, where he is either totally ignorant of what's happening in his own department or lying. And I don't know which is worse. But the issue that is so important right here is that his incompetence has real-life impact on Americans' health. And we have seen whether it's the ravaging of research by defunding research projects, or the mass firings in the CDC and other agencies within Health and Human Services. His actions have real repercussions on Americans' health, and he has no business leading our preeminent health agency. He should resign.
This morning, you just said it right now again, reiterated that you believe Secretary Kennedy should resign. Do you expect any Republican colleagues to join you in that call?
You know, I'm hearing some of my Republican colleagues in their questioning of Secretary Kennedy basically acknowledging that he has broken his commitment to them that led to their vote to confirm him. And I think they're probably also hearing from their own constituents, as I am. You know, when he did this mass firing in the Centers for Disease Control, he ended up firing everybody in the childhood lead poisoning division. When Milwaukee Public Schools had a lead crisis and 1,800 school children were displaced, when they called the CDC for help, they were turned down. There was no one there to answer the phone because he discharged them. And then he lied about it to me. In another hearing that I held earlier this year, we had a 10-year-old, Dewey, plead with senators to restore funding for ALS research so that his father can live out his dream of seeing his son graduate from high school. These decisions and this incompetence has real-life consequences.
And we have seen an outpouring of angst and outrage and concern expressed by doctors and other professionals throughout the country, frankly, worried about Secretary Kennedy and the moves that he's making, the fundings that he's cut, the new people on these vaccine panels. We're hearing senators like yourself and others calling him to resign. Let's say that pressure builds. Let's say he is eliminated, that the president decides to fire him even. Can you put the genie back in the bottle?
You know, the NIH, by way of example, is a premier research institution in the world. It has led to treatments and cures for cancer, for, longevity now for somebody with a diagnosis because of the research done and funded by the NIH it has been extended. It is something that we must strive to support. It's undergone a lot of damage. I hope and pray that it is not irreparable damage. The mass firings of experts in the CDC, in the NIH, in other agencies that he oversees, again, has massive repercussions. But Congress needs to act in the budgeting process to restore some of the damage that he has done as quickly as we can.
Senator Tammy Baldwin, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're going to keep